Hello and welcome to Garter and Stitch Crochet, and today we are going to be looking at doing a UK double treble crochet stitch, which is a US treble crochet. So this particular stitch is quite often used when you're making corners, when you're creating your corners to perhaps turn your circle into a square. But for today's tutorial, all we're going to do is we're just going to focus on learning the actual stitch. It's also sort of like you can turn it into clusters, long clusters. But yeah, we're just going to do, so we're going to do the UK double treble crochet, which is the US treble. I did actually just do this whole video and realised I hadn't pressed record. So I'm very much hoping this one goes a bit better. So anyway, now what we're going to do here, just for the sake of this tutorial, is I'm going to work in what's called a chain space. So a chain space is where you've chained in between stitches and it's created like a gap in your work. These gaps. But you might, if you're following a pattern, you might be doing your double treble into a stitch. So that's all right. Anything goes. Well, more or less. So just for the sake of this tutorial, that's what I will be doing. Okay, so I'm just going to attach my wool and I will be doing 3 chain because that just brings the work up to the height of the double treble. So that 3 chain will count as 1 double treble. Okay. So what we're going to do, so I'll make sure you've got your hook, you've done your 3 chain. Now we're going to wrap, this time instead of wrapping the wool once around our hook, we're going to wrap it round the hook twice. So once and twice. And there you will see now we have 3 loops on our hook. Okay? And then we're going to put that through our work like that. So either through a stitch or through your gap, your chain space. And then we're going to grab the wool, the other end, and we're going to pull that through. So now we're left with 4 loops on our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we're going to grab our wool, and we're going to just pull it through the first 2 loops on our hook. If you want, you can hold the second 2 back if that helps. So we're just going to pull it through the first 2 loops of our hook, and now we're left with 3. Okay, I'll do it slower for the next one. We're going to hook our wool, and now we're going to put it through the next 2. Okay, and then finally we're going to hook our wool and pull it through the remaining 2 loops on our hook. So there we have our double treble. Okay, as you can see, it's the same height as the 3 chain. Okay, we're going to do that again. Oops. So we're going to wrap our wool round once, twice, and now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to pop our wool through our work, and we're going to hook that wool the other side and bring it through. We will have 4 loops on our hook. If you might have difficulty pulling the wool through the loops if the loops are very tight around your hook. That has happened to me many a time. So it's just about learning to not pull so tightly when you're crocheting. So we're going to hook the wool. It's best to turn the hook facing down so the wool is properly hooked. Pull back the 2 loops that we don't want to pull the wool through. Okay, we're going to pull the hook through the first 2. There we go. And now we have 3 loops left on our hook. We're going to grab the wool with our hook. And now we're going to pull it through the next 2. Okay. Now we have 2 loops left on our hook. We're going to grab the wool and we're going to pull it through the last 2. So now we've created, it could be like a cluster. Yeah, we can turn those into cluster stitch, or as I said, they can be used as the corners, but we're just going to do what we're doing for now. Okay, so I'm just going to chain 3. We're going to move on to the next chain space and we're going to do exactly the same. Okay, so we're going to wrap the wool round our hook twice. Put the hook through our work, grab the wool the other side and pull it through. Now we have 4 loops on our hook. Okay, we're going to wrap the wool around the hook and pull the hook through the first 2. Okay, now we have 3. Then you're going to wrap the wool around, pull it through the next 2. Now you have 2 left on your hook. And finally wrap the wool around and pull it through the next 2. Okay, let's do that again. Wrap the wool around our hook twice. Put our hook through our work. Catch the wool on our hook and bring it through. We now have 4 loops on our hook. Wrap the wool around our hook, bring through 2, 3 loops on our hook. Wrap the wool around, bring through 2, 2 loops on our hook. Wrap the wool around and bring through 2, and there we go. Okay, we'll do it again. Wrap the wool twice around the hook, hook through the work, pull the work through, wrap the wool around the hook, pull through 2, wrap the wool around the hook, pull through 2, and wrap the wool around the hook and pull through 2. Now we have our 3 double treble. Okay. All right, we're going to do it one more time, the 3 double trebles. Okay. Right. Wrap the wool around the hook twice. Put it through the work. Pull through. 4 loops on your hook. Wrap the wool around your hook. Pull through 2. Wrap the wool around your hook. Pull through 2. Wrap the wool around your hook and pull through 2. Oh, my doggy's heard something. He's probably going to bark in a minute. If he does, I'm very sorry. Wrap the wool twice around the hook for the first time. Then we put the hook through the work, pull the hook through. We have 4 loops on our hook. Wrap the wool around the hook. If, for whatever reason, I don't suggest you doing this for every single double, treble crochet stitch you make, but if for whatever reason you can't get that through, then you can just lift up the loop and pull it over the top. Okay, and that will get you out of that problem. But I don't suggest you doing that all the time. It's just a quick fix. Okay, and then the last one we're going to do, so wrap the wool around the hook twice, put it through, grab our wool, pull it through, 4 loops on our hook, wrap the wool, put it through the first 2, catch the wool, put it through the next 2, catch the wool and pull it through the last 2, and there we are. You have made double treble crochets, okay, or US treble. So good luck with that. If there is anything else that you would like to know that you haven't seen so far in my tutorials, please do let me know. I'm more than happy to help. If there's a pattern that you're stuck on or anything, just pop me a note in the comments and I will get back to you. It's lovely to hear from you anyway. And please do like and subscribe because that really does help my channel so much. Thank you for being here with me today. Happy crocheting, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.